Yo, what is going on YouTube? It is Dylan. We are back here with another tier list. Today what I got for y'all is giving you my final thoughts on the D-line abilities for Madden 22. Now before we go on ahead and rank all these abilities, if you are new to the channel, make sure to go ahead, hit that like button and subscribe. I drop daily Madden content on the channel. Would really like to hit 10K by the time Madden 23 comes out. And you can expect content just like this in Madden 23. Also, we got to go ahead, bring back the comment of the day. Today's we're just going with my guy Sakari Jones right here. Really liked my Deion Jones placement. The best middle linebacker tier list. He's not wrong, man. That Deion Jones is a monster. If you want to go ahead, have a chance to win comment day, make sure to leave a comment down below. All right, so how I did this in the past was I would separate the pass rush abilities and the run stop abilities. Today, we just got them all. We got them all, and the first one right here is going to be Enforcer. Now, I will say some of these abilities I think of more as a linebacker ability, and when that happens, I am going to rank them based on if they were on a linebacker. Enforcer on a defensive lineman doesn't really make a ton of sense, right? But even on like a linebacker safety, it's C or D in my opinion. Looking at the abilities we have, I think I might put it D tier. The reason why it's low for me, yes, it does guarantee like your hit sticks and everything, right? There's an ability I like even more than this that I believe is less AP and also will essentially do the exact same thing. Enforcer was really nice in like Madden 20, but this year you don't even really fumble a lot either. So I feel like Enforcer is just a waste on your defense. And we got our first F tier ability, goal line stuff right here. Goal line stuff is one of the things where it really doesn't help in my opinion, because you got two abilities that are coming up that will essentially do even better than goal line stuff and not just activate on the goal line, right? Because if you think about the meta this year with goal line running, at least you're getting QB sneaked, you're getting the fullback dive where people hold square and dive over the offensive line, right? Goal line stuff just really isn't going to help with that, so there really isn't a point to run it in my opinion. And then we got inside stuff. Inside stuff is going to be our first S tier ability. It's my personal favorite run defensive ability in the game. If I want to go ahead and stop the run, I would rather have 5 inside stuffs than say even 1 no outsider. So we're going to move on to no outsiders right here. No outsiders, I'm going to put it like C, because I feel like everything you would want no outsiders to do, inside stuff does. It activates on stretches, it activates on like stretch alert bubbles, it activates on dives, activates on base. I feel like you just the most bang for your buck is inside stuff, the most amount of runs that it'll activate for. And no outsiders, it isn't bad, but when you compare it to inside stuff, in my opinion, it's not even close. Like even if you have outside edge rushers, I would prefer to have inside stuff than no outsiders. I got out of my way right here. This is an ability I will say I am a little bit higher on current gen because I feel like you can shoot the gap a little bit better, run defensive wise with your user. And again, this is a linebacker ability. For instance, Cam, if you play him at linebacker, safety at linebacker, gets this for 0 AP. I think it's at least B. It might move on up into A by the time we're done with this video, but it's a good ability. The best way I think I've used this all year is, again, kind of lining up to shoot the gap, right? Like say you're in a big nickel, you pinch your D-line, you slant them outside, and you're hovering like between the 2 D tackles. And most of the time, it'll just let you run right through and tackle the running back in the backfield. If they are in an I form set, you know, sometimes when you shoot the gap just like that, the fullback will go ahead and pick you up, right? But with this, the fullback goes ahead, gets instantly pancaked, and then you can like dive with Cam and make a tackle in the backfield for a lot of I-form runs. So I do think it is very, very useful to have. And even if it's not on your user, but you're still using that Cam Chancellor, say you're getting like stretch ran on you or something like that, and you're playing, just for instance, 3-2-5 wide, you have Cam like as one of those backers that blitzes and Mike Blitz 3. What will happen is the fullback will go ahead, try to block Cam Chancellor or something, right? And again, the fullback's gonna get pancaked, just leading to overall better run defense wherever you have the out of my way. Now they could run away from you and it really doesn't help out a lot. For the most part, I really do like the ability though. And then we got Reach Elite. Reach Elite is okay. It's in D for me for a reason, but Reach Elite, this ability is really nice when people run into their offensive linemen and stuff. But again, like most of the time when people are running into their offensive line, they will somewhat like fall, stumble, something like that. They'll get tackled in the backfield. So I'm not really that high on Reach Elite. There's so many other abilities for 1 AP that are just so good that it's hard to justify using Reach Elite. We got Run Stopper right here. Run Stopper I actually like, but I don't like it as much as inside stuff. Run Stopper, in my opinion, you could make the argument that it's more of a pass rush ability. Let me explain why. So With this ability, what it says is it will not spin shed attempts on run plays, which is great if you're playing someone that mixes up what they do a lot. Say if you're just playing a passer or something, right? Not really going to do a lot. And you could say the same thing about inside stuff as well, right? But I'm just saying with a run stopper, it's not going to give you like the insta wins like say inside stuff would as well first to run. What this does is the D-line has like shed points and stuff like that, right? I believe if you look like at the bar, I can't remember if it's above the defensive lineman or if it's at their like feet, but they have a bar, and that bar is like their shed bar pretty much. The more it's filled, the better they will shed. What this does is they don't use that bar on run plays and just save all their shed attempts for stopping the pass, which again, I really like. I think it's really, really good. And when you hear run stopper, you're probably thinking like, it's probably a combo like inside stuff, no outsiders, but no, it's really more of a pass rush ability, honestly. Now right here, we got secure tackler. Secure tackler, if you're going to run a tackle ability to guarantee tackles, I think secure tackler is the one. And I'm gonna go ahead, have it in the A tier. I really like it. This is an ability. If you did not need acrobat on your DBs, secure tackler is so nice to have. It is so nice to have. Being able to guarantee tackles and not allow running backs to just plow through you, tight ends to just truck you. I really am a big fan of secure tackler. It's just the fact that you need acrobat. That's really the thing. A lot of times in Ultimate Team, it's just you can't find the AP to have like a couple secure tacklers on the field. And again, I think of this more as like a linebacker ability than say like an actual defensive lineman ability. Then we got Stonewall. I'm gonna be honest with you, Stonewall is like F. I hate the ability. I feel like it does absolutely nothing. And when I play against Stonewall, I'm like, okay, this guy has like no idea what he's doing. It just is no point. This is an ability that could be really, really good next year that they're introducing tackle battles in Madden 23. So that's going to be something I actually do go ahead and try out when Madden 23 drops. But for the most part, this is just, there's no point. Now we got strip specialist. Strip specialist, I think it's B or C. I'm gonna be, oh man, there's just a lot you need to happen for strip specialist to be really, really good. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the C tier because for 99% of people, it's basically going to be like F and worthless. But a couple instances where I could see, hey, strip specialist would be kind of crazy. Say you're running that 4-3-6-1 even defense, you put strip specialist on your outside rushers, you get a couple fumbles a game, right? But again, you have to make contact with the quarterback, you then have to go ahead and strip them. It's just a lot. It's a lot. If you can get the ability to really work, I could see this potentially being an S tier ability, but I think for the majority of people, it's more closer to like F than it is to be like a really good ability. And we got tackle supreme right here. Tackle supreme, I don't like, I just feel like secure tackler just mops all of these like tackling abilities, so it's hard for me to put tackle supreme any higher than C. Again, I think this is something that would run on a linebacker, not like a defensive lineman, but it's pretty much secure tackler and the next ability unfakeable combined. And then unfakeable right here, I'm gonna actually have unfakeable in like the same exact tier. The reason being is tackle supreme is most of the time 2 AP unless you get it discounted on certain players on Ultimate Team. Some backyard ballers get it for 1, but for the most part, you're gonna pay 2 AP for this, and it makes sense, right? Because tackle supreme equals secure tackler plus unfakeable. Makes sense. Unfakeable is also 1 AP, and I just, again, like, I feel like secure tackler is just the best of both worlds. Like unfakeable, it says you're less likely to get like faked out by ball carriers and stuff like that, right? If you read the description. If you make the tackle with secure tackler, how are they gonna fake you out, you know? All right, now we're on to the pass rush abilities. This is going to be interesting because I think my thoughts on this has changed a lot since the beginning of the year, and I honestly should have updated this way sooner. But the first one right here is gonna be adrenaline rush. Adrenaline rush, I'm gonna go ahead again, put it in the C tier. What this does is the pass rush points, we talked about the shed points with run stopper. If you get a sack, all your pass rush points get restored, which is great, right? It's not that easy to go ahead and get a sack, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. The quarterback can throw the ball away. You can make contact with the quarterback, but again, if he's throwing the ball, it's gonna count as an incompletion, not a sack. I'm not saying this is a useless ability, but again, it's just a lot has to go into it to make it work, and I feel like the same can be said with strip specialist. Now we got bogo. Bogo for 1 AP is just overall a solid ability, man. It is solid. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the B tier. So you spend a pass rush point, you get it back. I think it's just, it's a solid ability. I don't think it goes crazy, but I think it's a really good ability to combo with other pass rush abilities. Again, if you didn't have things that you had to have on your defense like acrobat on next gen, this is a good ability where you could cook up like a pass rush cocktail to make people shed like this, but again, you need acrobat on your DBs. Now we got defensive rally. Defensive rally is pretty similar to adrenaline rush, but I'm gonna put it a tier higher. And I don't know why I said it's similar to defensive rally. I don't know what I was thinking, but they'll start with half their pass rush points on 3rd and 4th down, which again is really nice. I actually have ran this ability for a while on my all free team. I have it on Jack Young, but the thing is, I don't really notice it a ton, especially on 3rd and 4th downs. Like there's times where my D-line will just not shed, you know? So, I mean, it's solid, but I don't really think it's the best, if that makes sense. Like again, this is another one. It shouldn't be like a main ability on a pass rusher if you're using it, but it could be a good secondary ability. Double or nothing. I think this is the one that I probably changed the most on. Double or nothing. So in Ultimate Team, Kabir and Reggie White getting it for 1 S tier. But everyone else, it's A. Getting it for 2 AP, it's A, because I have never seen a truer name for an ability than double or nothing. Because it is literally, you get the double or you get absolutely nothing. Like you can go on a 5-game stretch of just not activating, like you not noticing it at all, but then you get a couple games in a row where double or nothing literally wins you the game. So I think A tier is a good spot for it, but again, if you can get it for 1 AP, it's S tier. Now I know these are basically the same exact picture. The first one right here is going to go ahead and be regular edge threat. Regular edge threat for me, this is another one that changed a lot because at the beginning of the year, I thought edge threat just didn't work. So I'm gonna go ahead and put edge threat. Go ahead and put it A or B. I think I'm gonna go ahead and lean A. I'm gonna lean A for regular edge threat. So there's a couple things you have to know when you're using edge threat, right? One thing is it's only gonna go ahead and activate on the non-tight end side. On next gen, I should say on next gen too. On current gen, I think it activates on both sides. On current gen, it's an S tier ability. I will say that. But next gen, like I was saying, only activates on the non-tight end side. And also, if you're in formations like big nickel, nickel normal, I found that edge threat will never ever activate on your outside rushers. You need to be in something like nickel 245, dime 236, something to where you notice your ends are like standing up, if that makes sense. Like Mike Blitz 3 and 335 wide, you wouldn't want them on like your defensive tackles, you would want them on the outside rushers, and then you'll notice it going pretty crazy. So edge threat elite, I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the S tier. I love edge threat elite. For example, Quiddy Pay, Derek Thomas, the Black History Month cards, they get edge threat elite for the cheap, combo with some other great abilities. Love those cards so much, and those are the cards that really showed me, hey, edge threat elite is actually really good. Again though, it's just certain things you have to be in certain defenses for it to work. If you're in defenses that I didn't name, or you don't have rushers that are standing up, it's not going to work for you. Don't run edge threats if you don't have outside rushers that are standing up like nickel 245 or dime 236. Now this is another one that I changed my mind completely on. El Toro on next gen this year sucks. It is absolutely terrible. Current gen, it might still be like A or S. I know on Madden 21, this was one of my favorite abilities. Something I always looked for pass rushers would be them having the bull rush trait on yes, and then swim and spin on no, and running El Toro on them. So this year though, I just found that it doesn't do anything, man. Like I have ran El Toro on the Quiddy Pay Black History Month card. Again, fits the criteria I'm looking for. Only has that bull rush trait on yes as well. The only thing that works on him is that edge threat elite. I do not notice El Toro at all. So what could have happened is, right, in Madden 21, El Toro was supposed to be a user controlled ability. They might have switched it to where El Toro is now only a user controlled ability. But again, when the AI plays with it, I have not noticed El Toro activating at all. So it could be even lower than what I'm saying right now. It might be on the same tier as say like a Spinner or Swim Club, stuff like that. Ooh, I'll just go ahead and rank right now. Spinner and Swim Club, their user pass rush abilities. User in the D-line is not the move. So F tier for me for those. Then we got extra credit. Extra credit I am going to put right next to Bogo because, again, it's a really good combo of an ability like, again, double or nothing Bogo, double or nothing extra credit. Grants an additional max pass rush point. It's just, again, like I said, like I feel like it's a really good combo ability. I don't really think it's a good main pass rush ability. Comboed with some of the better pass rush abilities in the game, I think it's really nice. Then we got instant rebate. Literally the same exact thing I just said. You shed a block, you get a pass rush point. So Again, pretty similar to what I said about Bogo and extra credit. I just think, again, it's a good combo ability. Not really a great main ability, but again, comboed with some of the better pass rush abilities in the game, I think can be really effective. Now we got Mr. Big Stop right here. Mr. Big Stop, I think it's worse than Defensive Rally. I'm gonna go ahead and put it C tier. So I actually kind of lied. I got Defensive Rally and Mr. Big Stop confused a little bit. Defensive Rally gives a point to all your defensive linemen. Mr. Big Stop is the one where individually your pass rusher will start with half their pass rush points. But again, I still think it's the same exact way. I knew Defensive Rally boosted the whole D line. I just got confused with how much. My bad on that. But yeah, Mr. Big Stop, it helps you individually on 3rd and 4th down, but again, I kind of found the same thing with Defensive Rally to where sometimes it won't basically guarantee you, hey, 3rd and 4th down, you're gonna get a shed, you know what I mean? And at least with Defensive Rally, you go ahead boost your whole entire defensive line. Mr. Big Stop is only boosting one person, so that's pretty much why I ranked them that way. And Ripper right here, Ripper, I missed that one. It's again a user pass rush ability, so yeah, F tier it is. Now we got Speedster. I really liked Speedster. I really like Speedster. I'm gonna go ahead and put Hit in the B tier. Could be A. I like Speedster because again, Speedster is exactly what I said about edge threat and stuff. You want it on your outside rushers that are standing up, and I felt like it did a really good job for 1 AP. This was something I used at the beginning of the year. I haven't really used it recently, but when I did use it, I noticed it a lot. Again, outside guys rushing, I really like that Speedster ability. Felt like it did a really good job just shedding. I wouldn't say it was consistent, that's why it's in the B tier, but I felt like it activated a fair amount and got me a lot of sheds. Now we got Unpredictable. Unpredictable is the best 1 AP pass rush ability in the game. Helps first run, helps the pass rush. Again, this is something to where Unpredictable can win you games, man. It can win you games because sometimes, yeah, your unpredictables will do nothing the entire game, but other times you'll notice them lighten up a ton, and that's pretty much the difference between that and Double or Nothing for me. Double or Nothing is 2 AP, Unpredictable is 1 AP. I think I don't want to say they're similar because Double or Nothing really doesn't do anything first to run, but just with kind of how frequent they activate, I would say it's pretty similar. Because again, you go games without them really even making a difference or you really noticing them, but the games they do, you definitely go ahead and notice them. And then last ability of the video, we got Under Pressure. Under Pressure for me is going in the A tier. I prefer Edge Threat Elite over Under Pressure because Edge Threat Elite will also go ahead and give you that better pass rush when animations and stuff like that. Under Pressure is really good if you have a defense to where you can guarantee you're getting free at the quarterback, like the 4-3-6-1 even defense. Great way to do that. I know in like Dime 236 there's a way to basically guarantee, hey, this defensive lineman is going to go ahead split through the double team. You know, I know there's stuff like that, and that's when Under Pressure is super effective. And yeah, just pretty much, I don't want to say it's a fluky ability, but you're pretty much hoping it gets near the quarterback. You get a little fluke, they throw in an accurate, they throw you a pick, you get your stop, you win the game. And now looking back at the beginning of the year, wow, it's kind of changed a lot. So Double or Nothing no longer in the S tier for me. El Toro no longer in S tier for me. Speedster down to B. Edge Threat and Edge Threat Elite moved on up into A. Defensive Rally moved up 1, same with extra credit. And yeah, just kind of crazy how my thoughts changed throughout the year. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments though. Let me know what you guys think about how I rank these abilities. Let me know if you agree or disagree. If you did enjoy the video though, you enjoy content like this, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. Also feel free to join the community. I stream over on Twitch a lot, and we also have a very active Discord community, so feel free to join up on that. I do appreciate y'all though clicking on the video. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Other than that though, man, has been your boy Dill, and I'm out. Peace y'all.